I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I don't think Black Ops 7 is doing as hot as previous games in the series, guys. Like, actually, that's real. But it's more than just that, because not only are the sales down, players' interest is also waning, and Activision is likely right now wondering where everything went wrong. And beyond this, even more companies are joining Activision's side, believing that AI is no matter what the future of games regardless of what people think. And finally, Black Ops 7 has already started to become a cheater's paradise, as multiple accounts are also reporting players who have already passed Activision's anti-cheat software. But let's start with this. So Black Ops 7 sales are also allegedly down, according to Christopher Dring, who's the same guy that reported that Ghost of Yote's physical sales were down as well in the UK. As seen here from PSU.com, which confirmed this in their article, here's the actual tweet from Dring, where he confirms that Black Ops 7 had a smaller physical launch compared to Battlefield 6 in the UK at least, and that the actual number given is a 61% drop, which is sort of worrying for Activision there, but again, it is only physical sales. And let's be honest, the large majority of sales for games like these will be digital. But it's still nevertheless interesting that Black Ops 7 has underperformed compared to Battlefield 6, despite coming out after as the new shiny thing that FPS fans could have played instead. But the truth is that most of them haven't really seemed to have budged at all. Instead, they're just staying where they are and kind of just ignoring Black Ops 7. This doesn't mean that Call of Duty Black Ops 7 hasn't sold millions by now. It absolutely has, especially on PlayStation, which is, if you don't know, the primary ecosystem for a game like this. I mean, on Steam alone, if you search up all the reviews for Black Ops 7, as of this video being made anyways, the total number of reviews is just shy of 400,000 in total. Of course, not every player reviews the games that they buy, but I think it's safe to say that Black Ops 7 has definitely sold somewhere at least near 1 million or so on Steam alone. Whether that's good or not, probably not much so for Call of Duty considering how big of a game it is, but it's still worth checking out. But this is Call of Duty that we're talking about, and COD should be able to blast through any barrier in front of it and fly away into the millions of copies sold regardless club. And yet, despite just coming out, games like Arc Raiders are still managing to have biblical rises in player numbers despite COD coming out with a new game again. This comes from Insider Gaming. Arc Raiders now has hit another all-time player count despite all these other games that are like it around, like just releasing. Again, as of this video, it's probably even higher when you watch this, but Arc Raiders has now managed to hit an all-time high on Steam of almost 500,000 concurrent players recently. It's sitting around 400,000 players on a weekday no less right now, which tells me that either people are calling in sick to work to play this, or just a lot of people just quit their jobs, I guess. But either way, this is embarrassing for Call of Duty. Especially so, because Black Ops is, well, arguably the biggest sub-franchise within Call of Duty as a major franchise themselves. I would say it probably goes Black Ops and then Modern Warfare. But it should be able to eclipse the competition, but it hasn't. And that's kind of really pathetic to see, considering that this is the game that is meant to keep stuff like Game Pass even alive for the next year or so. Because in case you didn't know this, without Call of Duty on Xbox Game Pass, that service would effectively just crash into the pavement without the engagement numbers that Call of Duty offers them. Like, Microsoft pretty much now depends on Call of Duty to keep Game Pass alive at this point. And if what they're releasing is meant to be the gold standard for that service, this is a big yikes, guys. But I also mentioned cheaters, and oh boy, do we got cheaters already in Black Ops 7. I got quite a few to show you, so let's start off simple. Here's a user named Inked showing how someone just flat out reads where he is behind a wall seconds before he enters the room with pinpoint perfect accuracy. Like, watch this.
I see you.
Yeah, that's 100% a cheater, alright, but it gets only worse from there. Here is a streamer named Nikari, showing how even during the beta of Black Ops 7, they were already facing cheaters. Like, just watch this too.
Maybe just aimbotting, but I don't know. He shot me through a wall.
No, he's aimbotting.
No, he walling too.
He's
way before she even got
in the beta.
Yeah.
Cheating in a beta is crazy.
How you lose gunfights, dog? You can't lose gunfights with cheats.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
cheating,
shit.
getting shit on.
Look at this.
Look at that,
God, dog. And he's gonna kill me again.
bro. Bro. Look, he pre-fired the Bro, you're so sad. You're so sad.
Like, bro, like, come
That
on,
is so
bro.
sad.
And while that's not good, but it keeps on going. Here's another user named Sane with a Z on the end, who also ran into a cheater while playing Black Ops 7. And I mean, just look at this clip.
We picked up the device.
Here's another streamer named Futives, hopefully I said that right, and in their footage, they face not one, but two enemy hackers on the other team at the same time. Like, look at this dude, watch, it's pathetic.
Did he kill me? He's a sub? Oh, it's a burst. Oh! He's hacking!
Wait.
Dokes, they might ban you for that. Oh my god, I just got fried. I was
Just killed him.
Yeah, Adam won it. What the hell?
Sleep, bro. Never woke up.
Bro, I think that this guy is doing it too.
Oh,
Or he's doing it. I just watched it go. We're huge together.
Oh, shit! 2 hackers, 1 game, let's go, baby! Guys, the Vismer guy's hacking too, report them.
What about
They'll get banned, I'm sure of it. Good aim.
I have to call my boys up.
Holy f, this guy's cracked. Oh my god! Getting nuked.
Oh my god.
I know. Holy aura. Are they on console? Oh yeah, let me check. They are on console.
They actually.
What?
I knew it. I could tell that it was like the console aimbot. That's crazy.
Nah.
They'll never get banned.
And thankfully, the anti-cheat there is working sometimes, as Black Yoshi X shows in their video here, where a guy straight up gets banned and then disappears entirely despite claiming that he's not cheating mid-game. Like, watch this too.
Headshot?
Headshot, yeah.
Headshot?
Headshot? No, they're hacked up, dude. Holy shit. They just, oh my god, that's insane.
Hold on.
So sorry. Headshot?
Oh, yeah.
Wall banged me
Nope,
through
not a
the,
headshot,
through the,
not a
they wall
headshot,
bang-
not a
no, they wall
headshot.
banged me through the earth.
Just my.
Lagging.
Yeah, bro, he just pre-fired the heck out of me. Oh, I can't wait to see this play of the game. I can't wait.
Very hard, dog.
We're
Bro. I'm on my girl's account, getting her camos. I've already got
So you're
my
boosting.
shit
Nice.
on my account.
Oh, you got banned. Weird.
Huh, that's weird.
And this next one is hilarious. So someone named It's Happa claims in footage that they showcased that their guns weren't registering any damage, which apparently, according to people, is one way that Activision deals with cheaters as well. They just make the cheaters' guns do 0 damage so that they can be farmed by legit players who actually don't cheat. So here's Happa complaining that his guns aren't doing damage. Like, watch this clip.
Los hostiles han sobrecargado el puesto de control. Nuevo dispositivo sobre el terreno. Haceos con él. Tenemos el PM. Usando un estimulante. Hemos recogido el dispositivo.
And as you can see here, the comments are also roasting him, telling him to stop cheating, otherwise his guns will continue to just do, well, 0 damage. He even then tries to claim that he can't speak English as a coping mechanism, I guess, but then immediately in the next comment confirms actually he does speak English, but I guess he's just mad that he's been caught cheating, allegedly anyway, so is he cheating or is Black Ops 7's netcode just terrible? At this point, honestly, it might just be both, but it's still funny that he tried to pull the I no speak English line when faced with criticism. Like, that's just crazy, dude. So it's pretty obvious so far, at least, that Black Ops 7 is already being hit with cheaters, which is not a good thing to see. But it only then adds fuel to the fire when it comes to Activision's nightmare scenario either way, because if we look back at Black Ops 6, that game, as seen here from the gamer earlier this year, lost the majority of its players only a month after release. In 2 months of release of Black Ops 6 at least, that game on Steam alone lost 47% of its player base. And a large reason for this was because the game was plagued with matchmaking issues, pay-to-win nonsense, and of course, like I just showed you, plenty of cheaters everywhere. Charlie Intel then even brought the facts as seen here that Black Ops 6 lost basically every single player that they gained in the holiday season almost immediately. The reason why I bring this up is obvious, is because we're seeing history repeat itself again, guys. And Black Ops 7, if it hasn't already, will likely follow the same fate as Black Ops 6 did before it. What baffles me anyway, is that how Activision can allow this to happen to their biggest game and moneymakers every single year. Like I said, Game Pass hinges on this yearly series performing well, but you also can't sell cosmetic items and more. If everybody's just mass leaving your game every year like this because of the same issues, like I would love to play a Call of Duty on a leveled playing field, but I gotta admit, it's pathetic how besides the calls of AI and more being a big issue, now Activision has to deal with this too. Like, you guys over there are making like 20 games deep at this point with this franchise, and people are still facing the same issues like they always do with your games. Like, you need to fix this because it's only gonna get worse, man. Like, if you're not going to ban the cheaters, at least make their guns do 0 damage, because then they can be farmed for engagement, which is honestly more funny to me than banning them outright, because then not only will they be confused, but yeah, they'll look stupid too, which is even more funny. Seriously, just don't cheat in video games. It's so sad if you do that, man. But what was also weird was that a fan of the channel did also send me Steam reviews of users who were leaving positive reviews with suspicious levels of engagement, despite these reviews coming from accounts who haven't played these games. Like, one of the accounts I was sent from Steam is someone named Kill Alice. Don't harass this person, obviously, but look at their review on screen here. Alice here gave Black Ops 7 a glowing review, despite having 0 hours or minutes in the game. What's weirder, however, is the amount of icons above issued by other Steam users. So these emojis are being sent by buying them with Steam points, and it's weird how suspiciously high the amount of engagement is on this post, for example. I also got sent reviews like this one, where a user says Black Ops 7 is a fun game, but as you can see, they got the game for free. So yeah, I bet it was fun when you didn't pay for it at all, I guess. Although at least some people were being honest, like this user who also got the game for free, but claimed that Activision needs to stop trying to eat up all their hard drive space for their yearly slop series. Based is all I can say, especially since they got the game for free. Here you have another user who also slammed Black Ops, saying that it's bad, and it's again funny because they got the game free as well. Then there's this review I thought was also pretty good, where this user says whoever decided to push for every Call of Duty game to be in the same launcher should have their human rights removed. I'll agree on the COD launcher sucking and being pointless at least, because yeah, that launcher is dumb and it does ruin trophies as well, which I definitely care about because I love getting my trophies. Or you got this Steam review which got a lot of attention, where a user said Activision couldn't be bothered to finish Black Ops 7, so they can't even be bothered to finish their review. And yeah, I love to see stuff like this. Keep it going. Although despite being lambasted, the game is still obviously being played. As seen here from Charlie Intel, on both PlayStation and Xbox, Call of Duty HQ is the second most played game. That's the, again, the launcher that has all the games in it, and obviously since Black Ops 7 just came out, that's a part of it too. So at least on the console side of things, which is of course, yes, has Game Pass with Xbox, Black Ops 7 is being played a lot regardless. But again, we're still, as of this video being made, within the first week of launch, so that's not really surprising. Of course, a Call of Duty game will chart in its first week, like they always do that, but what will be far more impressive is if the game remains in the top 5 in the next month or two, especially once Battlefield 6 has more content released, and Arc Raiders especially, which has entered the space as a big player now too. Regardless though, Black Ops 7 is still the lowest player rated game in the series so far, as IGN reports here. Although I gotta say, sometimes the Giants do need to be taken down like this so they can be hopefully reborn into something great again. Because Call of Duty, obviously, has the potential to be one of the best games ever if Activision just stops being morons at every passing moment they have with them, even when it comes to how they handle the franchise. And while AI might be inevitable to some degree, the vast majority of people do still want human hands making their content that they buy, because the alternative is utter digital oblivion, if you ask me. Of course, one guy doesn't think this way that works in the industry. This comes from IGN. Gen Z loves AI slop. Former Square Enix executive claims a lot of AI sentiment is driven by emotion rather than logic. So the person in question here is Jacob Navok, who used to work at Square Enix on their business side. Here's his Twitter profile on screen. Don't harass him, obviously. But here's Jacob's long post where he retweeted a tweet about Arc Raiders, which uses AI and voice lines doing so well despite the controversy surrounding it. Here's what he said. As you can see that the anti-AI sentiments are overblown, and in his opinion, from what he's seen, players actually want more AI content, not less. Jacob even admits at one point where he says this, as it reads, "I should add that in-game art and voices are merely the tip of the spear. Many studios I know are using AI generation in the concept phase, and many more are using Claude for code. It will be hard to find a non-indie title that isn't using Claude for code, and ignoring Claude's AI use because it's code while focusing purely on art shows that a lot of the AI sentiment is being driven by emotion rather than logic." Well, if what Jacob is saying is true, which both Arc Raiders and Black Ops 7 have been using AI in varying degrees, then this just means that what's happened with Call of Duty will only become more prevalent instead of the opposite. And based on the backlash for Black Ops 7 though, it does seem like many people, especially in the creative space, are vehemently against the use of AI when it comes to the creative process. And like I said in a previous video, I truly do believe before long that games and even movies or even shows will all have to have labels on their products stating that this was made using AI to some capacity. Because hiding it is never a good thing, because it will only cause further backlash, of course. But what I hate about Black Ops 7's push for AI is that it will only continue to remove the human element and soul out of these products. And for a series that has long been ridiculed for lacking soul long before AI was even in the conversation, this can, well, only make things worse. But I think uniquely when it comes to Call of Duty, maybe the audience just doesn't care either way. They just want content for content's sake. They just want to keep unlocking things and having shiny stuff pop up on the screen. They have no real desire or feeling if the stuff they're doing was made by someone who knows what art is or not. And the thing is that if we allow this to run as rampant as it has already, we will reach a reverse tipping point. Because AI, obviously, can't make anything new. It can only genuinely pull from what already exists. So in theory, even if AI is used more prevalently in, let's say, Call of Duty's future, the end game truth, no matter how you slice it, is that what will get made from the maps and the calling cards and the gun camos and more will genuinely only be remixes and rehashes of things that have already existed prior in that game series already. Even the maps will just be like homunculus formula nonsense. It's just a little bit of Nuketown or Transit swishing in a bowl pretty much. It'll just be a petri dish of slop is what I'm saying. Yet what Activision seems to forget is the reason why Call of Duty was so popular, especially when Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare came out, was because it broke new ground. It did something interesting with its multiplayer. And the sobering truth is that what made COD what it is today was because it was human developers with ideas in their skulls that all came together to make something special. And that special element that has created all of the genre-defining experiences, whether it's in first-person shooters or RPGs or open world design or anything else, that was all spearheaded and made exclusively by the human mind and not AI. Like, dude, I remember playing Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare when it first came out. I had no idea what I was in for. When I first played that game's campaign and you see the nuke go off and you're going off with Captain McMillan and oh my god, that game is still to this day, in my opinion, that is like peak multiplayer. That was the best package, dude, of like any Call of Duty game I've ever played in my life. Like, honestly, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was so good, man. What happened? But what Activision is saying with Black Ops 7 is that they just don't want innovation with this AI stuff because there's nothing in their minds, I guess, to innovate further on like Modern Warfare did before. Now it's just make more of the thing we already have to keep this thing getting siphoned for cash pretty much, and that's really it. But as you've seen in this video, while sure Black Ops 7 is still going to sell, I mean, it's Call of Duty, like the normies will play it as per usual, there is now finally at least a conversation to be had and things to push against by people in creative fields or online now too. Like, I don't want to see the next Final Fantasy be an AI prompt, or for Nintendo to get even lazier with, say, Pokemon somehow. And stuff just keeps getting made with AI over real people now in the future. Like, we need humans making content for humans, because that's how things evolve. If you remove the human element, it's no longer meant for humans to consume, if you ask me. Like, I look at YouTube right now, for example, right? You know how many channels I see on YouTube all the time that are just AI channels, and they all use the same kind of like words in their script. Like if you ever listen to someone on YouTube when they're reading a script and they'll say, and here's the kicker, for example, that is 100% an AI prompt. No one in real life says that, dude. That is an AI thing only. God, I hate it so much. But for example, you have games like Dispatch. That was a game that just came out of nowhere from ex-Telltale devs. And as seen here from Eurogamer, they believe that the industry's push for AI is laughable and should not be tolerated, and yeah, I agree too. So the creative director of Dispatch, whose name is Nick Herman, believes that AI can never replicate what human beings are able of creating themselves. As seen here, Nick speaks on how the people who voiced characters in Dispatch could never be replicated in a convincing way that could elevate their characters' voices to the same level if AI did it instead. The point here is that while sure you have big wig people wanting AI to replace literally everything so they can make more money, what will probably happen instead, I think, is that people will start to push back against it even more and just not buy these things out of principle alone. And I frankly don't, I think that's honestly, if you do that, I think that's totally justified. Because Black Ops 7, if I have to guess, is not doing as well as Black Ops 6 because Black Ops 6 was the biggest release in Call of Duty history. I genuinely can't see this game doing that good if I'm being honest. If it isn't the AI problems with the game, it's the rampant cheating that I showed you. And if it's not people cheating, which led to Black Ops 6 becoming a ghost town in record time, by the way, it's going to be some other dumb reason that Activision could have avoided if they just made games for people and not spreadsheets instead. At this point, Black Ops and Call of Duty as a whole are not what they should be at all. I frankly just feel insulted by Black Ops 7. But I do think that at its core, this is a nightmare scenario for Activision and Microsoft. You got beat not only by your decades-long rival in Battlefield, but now Arc Raiders is being played more than your Black Ops game, dude. Your highest franchise in your other franchise. Like, that's just sad, man. Obviously, it's going to be Modern Warfare 4 next, right? And then let me guess, maybe Modern Warfare 5 after that one, where, let me guess again, the plot will just make no sense at all like 3 did, and it's just a filler gap year again. And then what happens? Black Ops 8 is the real sequel to 6, but then Black Ops 9 is the next year, which will be just like Black Ops 7, a filler year again. Like, it's baffling, man. We all deserve so much better than what we're getting here, but between suspiciously weird Steam reviews popping up on the Steam page for this game and everything else, it's becoming increasingly clear that a lot of the people have just moved on from Call of Duty entirely now, and I don't blame them. The question now is if Activision has the foresight and willingness to fix and address those problems to bring those people back in the future. Or maybe none of this matters, and we are just headed towards oblivion one way or another, no matter what we do. Oh, isn't that just such a great way to end this video? I love it. But at least I can try to steer the ship, I guess, to calmer waters, because where we're going right now, it's nowhere but the bottom with games like this, dude. Let's be honest. But what do you think? Is Black Ops 7 and games like this truly the antithesis of video games today, or do you just not mind and play it anyways? Let me know. Thanks for being here. Subscribe. See you next time. And I truly hope that Activision listens to the criticisms, but then again, this is Activision we're talking about. So time will tell. But at least for now, it's good to know for sure that even the Titans can fall, and man, is it glorious to see.